The Crosshair update has really changed how people play Critical Ops, but there's one issue with it that is not fixable. Or is it? If you want to switch your crosshair quickly, it's really annoying. I know people who do it based on map, based on longer or shorter range gunfights, or just for shits and giggles. No matter what you do currently, if it's a Discord chat or a notepad that you keep all the codes in, it feels like a hassle and keeps forcing you to change apps. What if I told you that isn't really necessary? Allow me to demonstrate. You open your crosshair settings, you delete the current one, type a word of your choice, and bada bing bada boom, here's your crosshair. Every modern device can do this. I'll show you how to do it on iOS. First, open your phone's browser, go to the Critical Ops hub, and then use code PHiNiX10 to get almost 30% off of all your purchases. This is a very important step, don't miss. Then open your device settings. You find text replacement. You click the little plus up here, you put your crosshair code into phrase and then your code word into shortcut. If I were you, I would use a symbol and then the word. Otherwise you will end up writing crosshair somewhere and it will turn into your code, and we don't want that, do we? Now I can switch between different crosshairs in less than 5 seconds. Well, I hope this helped you. If it did, like, subscribe and all that. And if you know someone who has this exact problem, send them this video. Now you know how to switch between all of your crosshairs quickly, but maybe you're already struggling with the, having a bunch of cool crosshairs to begin with part. How about I just show you all of the crosshairs that I actively use. So this is the first one. It's literally called yellow in my settings. Yeah, so this is like basically the crosshair that I currently use. My current main crosshair, I guess. I like it because it has this little donk-like look to it, but I still have an outline on it, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm colorblind. There should be a black outline on that, and I really enjoy how simple it is. I enjoy the plain white hit markers, just a very clean look. The next on our list is a crosshair that in my thing is called Big. It's it's basically what it says in the title. This is one of the many ones that just have either default hit markers or no hit markers at all, because I just didn't bother with changing hit markers for quite a while. Yeah, so this is one that I use on some close quarter maps, but also when I don't feel as confident in my aiming at any given moment. It's also, back then I was always an avid setting switcher, I guess. Like I always changed sensitivity for no reason. Not feeling confident that they change sensitivity. Now I kind of just switch between crosshairs, which is still a bad habit, but by far not as devastating as changing your sensitivity like every other day. Then the next one on the list is called Default, which is literally my old default crosshair. It's a small yellow, very basic crosshair, not much to say, but I'm pretty sure it has default hit markers, either default or none, because it's pretty much as old as the custom crosshair feature. Yeah, default. Yeah, I like that one a lot. I reuse it far less commonly now, because it always makes me like wanna crawl into my screen pretty much to see the crosshair. Like my other crosshairs are already fairly small, but this one is like a bit excessive. But by far not the most excessively small one that we are going to look at now. This takes us to the next crosshair, which is called donk. It's literally just a replica of the donk style crosshair that pretty much everyone uses in CS now. I occasionally change just the crosshair size, depending on how I feel like, but this is how I usually have it. This one has default hit markers as well. Yeah, it's literally just 4 squares with an almost evenly sized gap in the middle. Yeah, it's really good. There's a reason why pretty much half of the Counter-Strike community has, moved on to using this type of crosshair. I don't think that's a coincidence. Then the next one that we have is called Dot, which is literally what it says on the tin. Green dot, black outline. I'm not an avid dot enjoyer, but I use one from time to time. It is very precise. Though I do adjust the size on this one quite a bit depending on map. Like I prefer having a dot like this on a map that is a bit more close quarter focused, but as soon as it moves on to like a more long rangey map like Grounded or Legacy, I make that one quite a bit smaller. But that's something you can easily adjust on the fly without needing a different crosshair, I think. This one also has full green hit markers. It's not something you would focus on during gameplay, obviously. Like if you focus on your hit markers, you're doing something wrong, but it just feels cool. Just a nice touch, I think. So the next one is called Dynamic. It's a crosshair that I don't use as much while playing anymore, but this was like a novelty when the crosshair customization first came out, because back then you always had movement dynamic. Now you can only have aiming like shooting accuracy dynamic, which in my opinion is like far more useful than the other one if you're not like just now learning how accuracy works. Yeah, this is not particularly interesting. It's literally the same one as the defaults, like my old main crosshair, except it's dynamic while shooting. That's all there is to it. Then the next one is called ESP. It's a crosshair that I yoinked from a comp player back in the day. Then Falcon kind of used it on stream for a while, and now people call it Falcon crosshair. I forgot who it was originally that I saw it on. I can put it on screen right now. If so, shout out. Yeah, I like this one because I'm usually not a big fan of crosshair color changing. In my opinion, it makes it a bit hard to focus where you're exactly aiming on the model. Like you're aiming at someone and you're trying to adjust like from body to head or something of that nature. And it's very hard to tell what you're exactly aiming at because your crosshair keeps changing color as you're swiping over someone. This one kind of defeats the purpose of avoiding that because it also changes color, but it's just a copy of yeah, that specific comp player's crosshair. I played it for quite a while. It's on quite a few of my clips from like a few months ago. It feels really cool playing with it, but it's not one that I use actively right now. Then the next one is Nico Old. It's Nico, happy first major. Yeah, it's an old crosshair that he used. It's a very chonky cross with no gap. There's nothing special about it. It's literally just that. And in line with that, there's also Nico New, which is the same exact thing, except it has a opening in the middle. It's a crosshair I started using relatively recently. I don't know exactly what it does, but I kind of thought it looked cool, and I made that like pretty recently. So no telling how long he's gonna stick to it even. Like he's switched to that like not too long ago as well, and yeah, it feels cool playing with it, but I don't really. It's more of a novelty thing. The center opening, I feel. I don't think it does anything in particular. Then there is Pink Gap, which is literally a crosshair that looks like this. It's made after CSGO comp dude. I don't know who exactly that was. I just tried to look into it when I compiled everything for this video, and I just couldn't find it anymore. It looks similar to Furious, but Furious has that same one in yellow without an outline and even bigger gap. So no clue who this originally belonged to. But playing with it feels really nice. It's more open than many other crosshairs. Like it gives you just enough of a reference to the point where you can adequately aim with it, but it doesn't cover like anything unnecessary, so I really like that one. Now we're getting to the residue, so to speak, of my excessively small crosshair era. Yeah, like in modern day, when you're not sitting inside your screen, basically destroying your eyes for fun, this is not really that playable. Maybe it is playable on 13-inch, like, but for me on 11, like this is very close to impractically small, I guess. Is what you would call it. It's still fun. I don't mind that. It's just not something I would actively use these days unless it's like a very specific long-range map like Canals or Grounded or whatever, something like that. Maybe I can see myself using something like that, but doesn't really serve a purpose. Then there's Squares, which is a crosshair that was my main crosshair for quite a while. It's basically the donk crosshair, except a little bigger and with plain white hit markers. Oh, and it has a black outline as well. It's just a very good general crosshair. Good visibility on all colors on all maps. My aim is not good. What the hell? Yeah, my issue with this crosshair is only really the default is too big. I usually play this on like a tiny, smaller overall scale, but it's a very good crosshair overall. Yeah, I just like this one overall. Not much to say about it. It feels really nice. It's very versatile. You can play that on any map. You can play that on any angle. The gap in the center is just enough to see small angles through, and the crosshair overall is you know, just big enough so you never get lost, but also small enough to never cover anything of significance. And then for the last one, there is this one. Yeah, this is basically an old crosshair that Zywu used to use. It's now using a similar looking white one that is a little smaller. It's also a very good general crosshair. So that concludes the crosshair section. I'm pretty sure that is the step 1 of my settings video, maybe. The thing is, I will mention these again when I make a settings video, which should be 2.5k subs. In actuality, I've put this milestone very arbitrarily. I'm really waiting for a specific update to come out, and then you're gonna have your settings video to all the people that asked, what are you doing here? Yeah, that's basically the way things stand. So, thank you very much for watching this one, and have a nice day. See ya.